Welcome back, art invaders. In this masterclass, I'm going to show you how to create this incredible CGI poster roll-up animation.
This isn't just any tutorial.
Because we are working with a video that includes location, scale and rotation to make the effect impressive and dynamic.
The 3D objects.
Find the code in the video and get project files. Be quick, art invaders. The files are only freely available for 24 hours after the video release. Alright, let's start with the tutorial. You can download the sample video for the project on my Patreon. Link is in the caption. But before we start with the tutorial, I would like to show you where you can get videos like this for free. I use the website Pexels. Here you can get stock videos in the highest resolution. You can edit the videos and you can also use them for commercial proposals. On the website you have to switch in the video mode and write a term of your choice, like for example city. You can download the video and it's ready to use. The video that I found looks like this. I really love it, but the format is wrong because I want to use it also on my Instagram page. So we have to cut it. You can really easy adapt the format for the project with the free software CapCut. I will link you the program in the caption. You can also use it for further projects. It's really helpful. To cut the video, press on Create Project. Now you can drag and drop the video in this window and drag it also in this window. Under Ratio, you have all necessary formats. Here we choose 9:16. Here we can rescale it and you can also change the position manually. Perfect. To cut the video, you find here the cut tool. Press the button, delete the front part, and the video is ready to use. Do you want more explanations like this outside of Blender? Write it in the comments. If there's no feedback, I will shorten the videos again. Alright, now we can start with the tutorial in Blender. To create VFX animations, we have to switch the layout. Press the plus icon, go to VFX and select motion tracking. Drag and drop the video in this window. First we have to press the button Set Scene Frames so that Blender recognizes the length of the video. Also press the button Prefetch so that we get a quick preview. Here we also put a check mark under Normalize. We change here to Affine. And under Match, we change to Previous Frame. Perfect. In the next step, we generate markers for the orientation in the video. To do this, we have to press the button Detect Features. The yellow points are the markers, but these are too few. To change it, we have to use the window. Here we change the distance to 80. And threshold to 0.05. That looks good. To generate the movement to the markers, we have to press the Track Markers button. In the end of the video, there are no markers anymore. To fix it, we press again Detect Features and we play the Track Markers button backwards to create new motion tracking. Perfect. The next step, we switch to the Solve tag. Here we will generate a camera with the same movement and perspectives like in the video. We have to put a check mark under Keyframe, Focal Length, Optical Center and Radial Distortion. And yeah, press now the Solve Camera Motion button. As you can see, there are also red points in the video. These simulate faulty markers. To clean them up, go under the Clean Up tag and press the button Filter Tracks. All faulty markers are automatically selected now. Press the X key to delete them. To optimize our tracking points, we press again on the Solve Camera Motion button. Now we set the origin. Since the poster is on the wall of the building, it makes sense to select one point that is centered on the wall. Like for example, this one. Go now under Orientation and press the button Set Origin. And in the end, we have to press Set Up Tracking Scene to create it. In the end, we press the button Set Up Tracking Scene. Now we can change in the Layout mode. Do you want the whole project file?
You can have it.
with over 70 other files that we have already created together, guys. You can find them on my Patreon, link is in the caption. Blender automatically generates a ground. We don't need it because we don't see any ground in the video. Delete it with the X key. Press now the camera button and now we have our scene. First, we go under the camera, go under the data tag, and here we increase the opacity to 1 to get the full colors of our video. Alright, in the next step we select our cube and we rescale it to 0.5 in all axes to see the scene in the background. Blender is not perfect, so let's see what we get. Okay, the cube is still moving a lot, but the tracking gets better and better in the end of the video. So we cut the video from 190 frames. Now we have to align the whole scene correctly. As you can see, the cube shows in the wrong direction. It have to go in the same direction like the building. To fix it, select the camera, change here on the top to 3D cursor, take the rotation tool and rotate it until it fits. When we press play, we get the perfect result. But now we are optimizing everything again because the origin is now centered in the cube. We have to bring it to the front. Select the cube and put a check mark under motion tracking. Go now in the edit mode, select the area selection and select the area in the front. Press now Shift S cursor to select it. Go back in the object mode. Now we go out of the camera view. Select the cube, here's the camera, and bring it in the center of our scene. Go now back to the edit mode. The area is still selected. Press again Shift S. Perfect. The origin is now perfectly integrated into the scene. Go back in the object mode, press play, and now we get the best result that we can get. Alright, in the next step we will create our poster. For this we have to insert a plane. Rotate it in Y by 90 degrees and rescale it. We need 1.25 in X and 0.85 in Y. Now you can also change the position with the axis cross of the plane and go out of the camera view and put the plane in front of the cube, but really less. If not, there will be issues. So that we can roll up the plane, we have to subdivide it. Select the plane, go in the edit mode, press with the right mouse button on it and select subdivide. In this window, we have to change the number of cuts to 66. Go now in the front view and in the point selection and select all points on the ground. Go now to the data tag and create a new vertex group. Press assign to select the selection. Okay, now we switch back to the object mode. Go back in the camera view. Now we need the spiral spline. You find it under curve, curve spiral, and we need the Archimedean. If you don't have it, it's a preset in Blender under the preference tag. Go under add-ons, search for extra objects, put a check mark on it, and then you will get the curves. Alright, now we have to use the window here on the side. We need 5 turns, 50 steps. For radius grow, we need 0.12 and for radius 0.7. Perfect. Go now back in the object mode. Rotate the spiral by 90 degrees in X and 180 degrees in Z. It's important that the end of the spiral show to the back. Alright, rescale now the whole spiral by 0.5 in all axes. Alright, now we move the spiral. The origin have to be on the top of the poster. Now we have to go in the edit mode, go to the side view, and here we have to edit some points. Select the last 3 and bring them out like this to get later on the perfect result. Switch back to the object mode, go back also in the camera view and rescale the whole spiral to 0.2 in all axes. Select now the plane, go under the modifier tag and select the curve deform. Here you insert the spiral. We also change here to -Y. And so we get the rolled up poster. Select now the poster, press with the right mouse button on it and select Shade Smooth. The cube we don't need, make it invisible. Go now to the side view, Select a spiral, press S and rescale it until the end of the poster is in the last point that we added in the edit mode. Perfect. In the end, we select the plane, go under the physics tag and insert the closed simulation. Because we cutted the animation, we have to change the start frame. Go under cage and change the frame value to 190, like here in our animation. So if you hit play now, the poster fall down. To fix it, we have to adjust the vertex group. Go under shape, pin the vertex group that we created and press play now. And now we get this result. Perfect. Go now under the physical properties tag, change here to linear. And here we also change the vertex mass to 0.5. That looks good. In the end, we insert a cylinder as holder for the poster, rotate it in X by 90 degrees, rescale the radius to 0.04 and change the depth and bring it to the top. Here we also bring it to this position to make it realistic as possible. Perfect. Watch the next tutorial 2 weeks before release as a YouTube member. More information's in the info box or in the caption.
The materials.
Alright, now we came to the last part, the material part. And first we split our view in two. Here we change to viewport shading 4. And in this window we change to shader editor. Perfect. As you can see, the background video is not visible anymore. Go for it to camera, under the render tag, under film, and put a check mark under transparent. And now we see our video again. So let's start with the lightning. Here I worked with a HDRI map, change for it in the world mode, search now for environment texture and insert the HDRI map from my Patreon account. Link is in the caption. In the next step, we create our first material. Select the cylinder, press the plus icon to create a new material, increase the metalness value to 1 and the roughness value to 0.3. In the next step, we create our poster material. Select the plane, press the plus icon to create a new material. Here we change metalness to 0.8 and roughness also to 0.8. Oh, in the next step, you can drag and drop your image into the material window. Select it with the base color. Here we also search for mapping and for texture coordinates. With the slot generated, rotate the whole poster by 90 degrees in Z and the poster is ready. We can also go now to the camera tag and under the renderer. Here you can also put a check mark under ambient inclusion to create some shadows. Put also a check mark under screen space refraction and a check mark under refraction. And you can also add some bloom for some reflections on the cylinder on the top. And if you think the animation is too dark, increase under the world mode the strength under background. That looks good. Now we are ready with the mock-up tutorial. Write in the comments if you like the tutorial or if you have some suggestions how I can make my tutorials in the future better. If you enjoyed the video, please consider supporting me with a like, comment or even a subscription. Thank you, Art Invaders. And we see us in the next week.